Since Italy won tonight, Verratti is already on his way towards an upgrade, and in this video today we're going to try out his Path to Glory item, which on paper actually looks really nice. If you want to improve your ultimate team and need some coins to do so, you should check out my sponsor IG Vault. There's a link to do so in the description, and if you use the code Kieran, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. Now, just saying, no pressure Verratti, but every single Path to Glory item I've tried so far, I've been a big fan of. Admittedly, I've tried out some really good ones, but nonetheless, we do have high hopes for you. So, by the way, we're not going to use him as a centre mid. He's going to be used as a DM in the 4-2-3-1 formation with Bruno as his partner. So Verratti is going to be, our back line of defence, our guy who, shields the centre backs. So this is the card. 4-star, pretty nice for a mid. Medium high does stand at 5'5". So for once I'm reviewing a card that I'm actually taller than. Couple of traits outside the foot shot and flair, and some pretty nice in-game stats as well. Couple of 99s to note instantly, attack positioning of 99, also balance as well, and some near 99 stats for the short and long of 98 and 97, obviously do get maxed out with the right chem style. Now his defensive stats aren't actually anything too amazing for a player who likely is going to be playing in a defensive role. Also his strength not the best either, but he does have elite stamina, very high aggression as well, and good interceptions, so hopefully he can do a good job in a defensive role. Also his defensive awareness not the best either, so maybe, just maybe, he's actually better off as a centre mid rather than a DM. Obviously we'll find out when we get into the games. His dribbling, by the way, looks incredible. Like, really good. Elite agility, balance, ball control, in-game dribbling, and composure on the ball should feel absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, can help us turn defense into attack. Distribution, like I've already touched on, nearly perfect stats in that department. Shooting is very nice in regards to finishing and attack positioning. But shot power and long shot's not the best, but with the right chem style, obviously you can boost them. But for a Verratti card, obviously this is pretty insane shooting for someone like him. And then finally, the pace split, which is pretty interesting because he's got super high acceleration, sprint speed not so much. Now I don't think it's going to be too hard to guess which chem style we're going to go for this guy. We're going to go for Anchor. I just think that big +10 in strength is going to be pretty vital, and also I feel like the defensive stats do need some work as well, and also we do want to be bringing up the pace split as well. But yeah, it's a good card. There's just some weird stats in some areas and some really good ones in some. But yeah, as I say, I think it's a bit of an odd card. I really do. So we'll just have to see how well we get on with it in game. If you would use a different chem style on this guy, let me know what you would go for in the comments. But yeah, as I say, on paper overall, he's got some really nice in-game ratings, but he's also got some pretty weird in-game stats. Well, not weird, but just not ideal ones, in particular for his position. Okay, so on debut, this is what we're facing. I mean, it's not a horrible side, but for this stage of the game, it's not an amazing team, is it? So, won't lie, I'm expecting to win this one. So, anything less than a win, I'm going to be pretty disappointed in. Verratti with an early intercept, but then we lost the ball. Won it back there nicely. Oh, nice. I read that one like a book, and now Verratti can turn defense into attack. Oh, the through ball. Wasn't the best by me. I tried to actually max power it, but it was one of them on FIFA where you put max power in and the game just decides to tap it. Wow, for ball to Verratti, who puts the ball nicely over the top for Bamba to chase. Here's a chance, bringing Verratti into play. If Awa stayed on side there, we could have found him. Instead, we found Jota. Well, very disappointingly, it's 1-1 at the break. We need to be better. We have a much better starting 11. The opponent's decent, don't get me wrong, but we've got to win this game. There's no excuses not to, really. But what I do is going to try and get around Verratti, but Marco's going to have none of that. Didn't like that at all. In the end, it's not a bad ball, and on another day, Jota wins that header. Big block there by the centre-back. Verratti positioned nicely to clear as well. Mbappe into Verratti of all people on the edge of the box. Chance hits it with a finesse, but sadly goes wide. Nice tackle there from Verratti. Good initial block by Verratti, but sadly didn't fully claim it. These things happen in this game. Chance to switch play. Verratti goes to the far side. Nice ball as well. What a touch that is by Jota. Chance for Verratti to bring us forward, slides it into Bamba. Can we end this game? Because I don't like how tight it's been. We can with Mbappe. And after that goal, he quit, which wasn't smart on his part in Champs. He should have just played till the end, but it's done. How was Verratti on debut? He wasn't bad, but I also don't think he was great. You can definitely tell, there is some things that hold this card back, but he's also still very, very usable. I just don't know if DM is the right role for him. He's just not as solid defensively as other players, or at least didn't seem it in that game. So, yeah, let's get into some more matches and let's see if I still have the same thoughts. But initially, that is my thoughts. I still think maybe he'll be better as a centre mid rather than an out-and-out DM, but I am playing him in a DM role. Maybe I try and box-to-box in the next game. Let's see. Well, in this one we're up against a pretty good side, and Team of the Season Aouar is everywhere. You love to see it because he's class. What you don't love to see is the fact that this guy's got full-backs at centre-back. Oh, I was going to say nice intercept there by Verratti, but the ball just did not bounce favourably. Okay, Verratti in a scoring position, and he's going to take it as well. Can't actually believe we got him on the score sheet. Here we go. Nice. Straight through ball into Mbappe, who should make it free, and I have choked. I should have finessed. I don't know why I didn't, actually. Oh, Verratti does well to win that back off Sanchez. Oh, it's the right little duel these two are having. What a ball. Oh, it's a great ball. Can we score off it? Oh, not quite. Oh, what is going on? I mean, Verratti's made a block of sorts and eventually cleared, but it's just chaos. Oh, nice. Good intercept there by Verratti. Really had to reach out for that one with his little legs. That pass back to him, though, was horrific. Well, hell of a game going on right now. We are 3-2 up at the break, and yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy game, to be honest. As you can see, we've had plenty of chances. We just need to be a bit more clinical, but my opponent's I don't know what settings he's got on right now, but his team is just pressing so hard, and it's actually quite hard to contain. But yeah, hopefully we can keep a second half clean sheet. That's all I'm hoping. Nice tackle there from Verratti on the edge of the box. Needed that too. Once again, good intercept on the edge of the box. Oh, Verratti, you got to win these battles now. Oh, Verratti's done really well to retain possession there. Really, really nice. Oh, Verratti, that was a chance to win the game. Is it the post? Okay, so that game's come to an end, and I thought Verratti did alright in that game, to be honest. We had a lot of defending to do, and, you know, he made some good tackles. I just wish he was a bit more stronger in the tackles. He's just not as, you know, confident in the tackles as some other CDMs, it seemed. But I like his dribbling a lot, and he put through some really nice through balls too. Okay, so let's chat about this Marco Verratti item. Now, let me say straight away, it's a very good item that is certainly usable. However, I don't think it's a brilliant card, and I will explain why. And we'll start with this. I think it's a card that gets a bit caught in the middle in FIFA 21. And what I mean by that is most people use midfielders either as cams or DMs. They don't really use centre mids. And even the ones that do use centre mids use them to go forward and still have a DM. Marco Verratti is kind of a bit caught in the middle. He's got these really, really good stats that would suit a centre mid, but his work rates are that of a CDM. So you can either use him as a CDM and have him at a centre mid, and have him as a defensive one, or you can have him as a DM and he can get caught out defensively, which we'll come on to a bit in a few moments. But that's like the kind of, you know, issue with this card. I just don't think it fits FIFA 21 all that well, and maybe once I talk about the stats a bit more, you'll understand why I have said that. But I will reiterate the point, it is not a bad card by any means. It's a very good item and certainly does have a bunch of positives to it. In fact, let's do the positives first. First of all, his acceleration. Off the mark on the 10, he feels very, very quick. Unfortunately, the sprint speed is nowhere near the acceleration, so once he takes a yard or two, doesn't feel as quick as he initially did. So that's a bit unfortunate, but on the 10, he feels really good and explosive. His dribbling, for me, was top draw. Elite. Really, really good. Arguably as good, if not better, than some Team of the Season wingers, which was obviously very, very nice. So I'm happy with that. The ball control and dribbling, excellent. Passing, bit more of the same. Really liked his short passing, his through balls as well. The problem I had with his passing, though, was his output was sometimes a bit delayed. I'd press pass, he'd take an extra touch. I'd press pass, he just wouldn't quite do it when I put the input in. So just something to note right there. Obviously, weekend league servers could come into play, but this is the only card it was happening for. Shooting, I thought was alright for a mid. Nothing too crazy. I just don't think he's a cam. In fact, I'm confident he's not a cam. Shooting just isn't on the level of some of the attacking midfielders that we've got available at this stage of the game. Now let's come on to the defending. Interceptions, brilliant. Top draw, no issues whatsoever. Tackling ability, not quite there. He's just not as strong in the tackle as some other defensive options, and he's one of them players who like go in for the tackle but not quite fully complete it, and that became an issue at times, and you'll have seen that in the footage, and that ties in with his physicals, of which all are brilliant except that strength, but the strength just doesn't feel that great in game. It really doesn't, even with the Yankee Chem style, and that is obviously a bit problematic, especially using him in a defensive role. But all in all, it is a good card. It's a very usable item. I just don't think it fits the game all that well. And as I say, I just think at this stage, there are just so many better midfield options available in the game, whether it be at CDM, centre mid, or even at cam. So, unfortunately, don't really recommend picking up this Verratti card as it is. However, this is where I don't like to end on a review on these live items, because if Italy do well in this tournament, obviously this card gets better. And if it gets the boost in the right areas, particularly in the strength area, I think it could become a much better item, also in the tackling area as well. So yeah, with the right boost in the right areas, this card's rating definitely could go up a lot in my obviously reviews, but for now I just think it's a very good item, and as I say, I do think there are better options across the board for the positions he covers. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on Verratti. Hope I've explained that well. If I haven't and you've got any questions, pop them down below. Leave a like rating on the video if you've enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one.